This room is cleaned every day. This computer is used in many countries. Tofu is made from soybeans. My house was built in 1950. This picture was painted 300 years ago. This machine was made in Japan. More than 100 people were invited to the party. She is loved by everyone. This book was written by Natsumi Soseki. Spanish is spoken in many countries. These pictures were taken in 1990. He is known as a great scientist. This game isn't sold in Japan. I wasn't invited to the party. He wasn't seen by anyone. Is sushi eaten in your country? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Is French spoken in Switzerland? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Was this room cleaned yesterday? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Was this picture taken last week? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. This temple was built last year. My mother made this dress. He sent me an email. The kitchen was not cleaned. I didn't invite Kenta. Her book wasn't read by anyone. Did she paint this picture? Did you write this letter? Was this picture taken here? I lived in Japan for 3 years. I have lived in Japan for 3 years. I worked here for 20 years. I have worked here for 20 years. I arrived at the station at 9. I have just arrived at the station. I am busy. I have been busy since yesterday. I am sick. I have been sick since last week. My mother works here. My mother has worked here for 10 years. Miss Jones is in Japan. Miss Jones has been in Japan since 1995. I live in Osaka. I have lived in Osaka since I was born. I study English. I have studied English for 5 years. I want a new bike. I have wanted a new bike for a long time. We are here. We have been here since 6 this morning. Have you lived here for a long time? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Have you known her for a long time? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Have you been here since this morning? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. My mother hasn't eaten anything since this morning. I haven't met him since last month. How long have you lived in this house? How long have you been here? I have seen this movie many times. I have been to Spain 3 times. Daiki has been to Okinawa twice. I have heard this story before. I have seen this picture somewhere before. I have met him once. I have never played a video game. He has never seen snow. I have never been abroad. Have you ever been to Tokyo? Have you ever seen a giraffe? Have you ever heard of kabuki? I have just finished my homework. I haven't finished my homework yet. Have you finished your homework yet? I have just arrived at the airport. He has just left here. Has she cleaned her room yet? She has already cleaned her room. I have studied English for 3 years. Have you been here for a long time? Takuya has been to Hawaii twice. Have you ever seen this picture? My train has just arrived. Has he finished his homework yet? I'm Junichi. Please call me June. This game is called Sugoroku. We named the dog Rocky. Her words made me happy. The news made him sad. This movie made her famous. His smile always makes me happy. I want to visit many countries. I want to be a teacher in the future. Mr. Suzuki likes to take pictures. I don't like to write letters. He started to study Japanese last year. I tried to speak to him in English. I decided to call Mr. Suzuki. It's easy to make pizza. It's important to help each other. It was difficult to understand his message. It's interesting to learn about other cultures. It's hard for me to explain in English. It's easy for her to swim 100 meters. I went to the library to borrow some books. He bought a computer to play games. I got up early to do my homework. I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. He was sad to hear the news. I was surprised to see the picture. I have a lot of homework to do today. She doesn't have time to read books. There are many places to see in Kyoto. It's time to go to bed, Kenta. I want something to drink. Do you have anything to do tomorrow? I had nothing to do yesterday. Do you know how to use this machine? I don't know how to play chess. Please tell me how to make this dish. Do you know how to get to Takuya's house? Could you tell me how to get to the station? I didn't know how to get there. We didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. He didn't know where to go. Do you know where to buy a ticket? I can't decide which to buy. The dictionary on the desk is mine. A friend in Tokyo called me yesterday. Books about animals are very interesting. This is a picture of my family. All the things in this box are yours. Who's the girl with the long hair? Who's the girl with long hair? This is a present from a friend in Canada. Who is this boy running over there? Can you see the bird flying over there? I talked to a woman reading a magazine. Who is the girl playing tennis with Takuya? My brother is the tall boy standing by the door. The boys playing in the yard are my classmates. I saw a picture taken in 1950. I met a boy called Ken. Hindi is a language spoken in India. The things sold there are expensive. He bought a camera made in Japan. She showed me a letter written in English. The picture he took became famous. The people I met were very kind. The book I read yesterday was interesting. This is the computer I use every day. I'll give you anything you want. The man I saw there looked like Mr. Suzuki. This is the watch my uncle gave me. I have an uncle who lives in Brazil. I know the man who took this picture. Do you know anyone who can speak Russian? I have a friend who is good at cooking. An architect is a person who designs buildings. This sign is for people who can't read Japanese. She is the girl who played the piano at the concert. He works for a company that makes toys. This is a book that changed my life. This is a movie that made him famous. Where is the cake that was on the table? The bus that goes to the station has just left. A vending machine is a machine that sells things. This is a song that was popular 10 years ago. The picture that he took was beautiful. The book that I read yesterday was boring. This is the desk that I use every day. The movie that I saw last week was interesting. This is the letter that I wrote yesterday. This is the camera that my uncle gave me. I'd like a hamburger, please. I'd like a cup of tea. I'd like some water. I'd like to go to the bathroom. I'd like to listen to this CD. I'd like to see you again. I'd like to ask you some questions. Would you like some salad? Would you like to come with us? Would you like something to drink? Would you like to leave a message? What would you like for your birthday? What would you like to eat? I want you to read this letter. I want them to be happy. We want him to be the leader. I'd like you to come with me. Do you want me to help? Do you want me to help you? I'd like you to tell me about your country. My mother told me to clean the kitchen. Miss Jones told us to speak in English. My grandmother always tells me to read books. Please tell Daiki to come to the library. I asked him to speak more slowly. I asked her to explain in Japanese. Do you know what this is? Do you know where she is? I don't know why he is angry. I don't know where Takuya lives. I don't know what color she likes.